We belong to a group called HMC, the Heads Conference. It acts as a support and advisory body to those heads who are members and also provides guidance, inspiration and practical advice to our schools. It's been around a long time, since 1869 in fact, and in that time has evolved and grown considerably. This is what you might find if you looked at a large online encyclopedia. The Headmasters and Headmistresses Conference, HMC, it says, formerly known as the Headmasters Conference and now rebranded HMC. The Heads Conference is an association of head teachers of 351 fee-charging schools, both boarding and day schools, some traditionally described as public schools. Of these, 302 members are based in the UK, Crown dependencies and the Republic of Ireland, and there are 49 international members, mostly from the Commonwealth. Also, 28 associate or affiliate members who are heads of state schools or other influential individuals in the world of education. These endorse and support the work of HMC. You can read about it more on the HMC website. The first meeting of HMC was at Uppingham School when Edward Thring, the head, invited 60 of his headmaster colleagues to join him in a conference. 14 of them turned up, and the conference was born. There are many benefits to being part of a large association made up of schools with similar characteristics and a shared ethos and values. These benefits are not restricted to the heads of schools, of course. Working closely with similar schools gives our pupils a chance to attend events and make the most of opportunities beyond the school on a regular basis. For example, sporting events, leadership conferences for the sixth form and shared trips and visits. The staff team also have a direct connection with their opposite number in other HMC schools, and we meet regularly in regional cluster groups where the topics of the day can be shared and considered together. HMC has evolved over its century and a half of existence, and I wonder if Edward Thring would recognise the conference room and issues that we talked about over our conference in Belfast earlier last week. He would certainly have been shocked to see women leading an ever larger proportion of our schools. That's a change that has come about in particular in the last 10 years or so, with more girls' schools choosing to join the organisation, and indeed with women being appointed to lead many of our leading boys' schools, for example St Paul's Boys and Magdalen College School in Oxford, both of whom have a female head. He would probably be shocked too to know that the girls have joined their brothers in so many of the schools in the association. There remain only about 10% of the HMC schools educating boys only, and about 1/7 are girls only. The vast majority, therefore, are co-educational, about 270 of them, in fact. He would also have been somewhat confused to hear our speakers and to see the topics under discussion. This year included inspirational talks about human flourishing, AI in education, connections between human and synthetic intelligence, and the DNA of a champion leader. All very bemusing for him, I would imagine. There would also have been lots that felt quite reassuringly familiar though. Regional meetings with a focus on the issues in our own schools, curriculum and assessment, the political and economic situation, and plenty of opportunities to network, enjoy good food and to explore our host city. Having been an HMC member for 10 years and with colleagues from my first headship who are also now members of the HMC, stretching back to 2010, the opportunity to connect with people who I have worked with and learned so much from over the years is a real pleasure. This is especially true if they are not local, and I love to catch up with my international colleagues and hear a little of what is going on in their lives just now. When you become a head, everyone tells you it's a lonely job. I don't agree with that at all. Not least because I spend my working days in a building which houses hundreds of young people whose energy is infectious and makes it impossible not to be optimistic for the future. But there are some things that only other heads can really understand, and picking those thorny issues apart together after an inspiring day of charismatic speakers in such exciting topics really does make you feel part of something big and something worth being a part of.